What is going on, guys? Andrew Acevedo here, back with another episode of Rhino Hour. The last Rhino Hour before the MLB lockout hits at midnight tonight. And today was the official announcement and the press conference for Max Scherzer, Mark Canha, Eduardo Escobar, and Starling Marte. We'll talk about all that. Javi Baez is gone. Obviously, Marcus Stroman is now officially a Chicago Cub, tweeted out by himself, which is always funny to see. Him being more and more like Trevor Bauer, you gotta love it, as he pretty much turned into Trevor Bauer. But it's good to see, he's a Cub. We don't know the official contract yet. We're waiting to see the details from someone. But all he has tweeted out is the Cubs are signed. He's going to Chicago. Good, go rot in Chicago and kind of just be their number one, I guess. They got rid of Zach Davies. Oh, I have Kyle Hendricks, I guess. So, Metsfan is here. Always, he seems to just love me. He just loves coming on Rhino Hour, so he's always here. So, Boomer, what's going on? Merlin, what's up? I'll drop the link in a little bit and see if you guys want to, just do say whatever. I'll drop the link in a little bit, maybe about a couple minutes. Let the chat filter in. So yeah, everybody kind of saying they don't want Stroman again. You want the innings-eating pitcher. You just can't deal with the off-field antics, and just him being a unique person, I guess, is the best way you can say it without, I guess, saying anything controversial about him. He's just, he's quirky. And the Twitter riot the last 4 days, I guess, was something.
We'll get into it tomorrow.
We'll get into it tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's that. I'll let that. I'm gonna try to save off of Javi. We can talk about Javi vaguely. I'm gonna save that for tomorrow because I think both of us are going to be very different than our other co-hosts. But that'll be tomorrow. So I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. If anyone wants to, went off about racism because we were interested in Gosman. Yeah. That's just kind of how Stroman is.
Yeah, let's just
So, again, it's just kind of the point of, you know what, he's gone. Thanks for a year and a half, I guess. Right? If you think of half the 2019 season, obviously.
I'd say we still won the trade, right? Did we?
Yeah, because Anthony K really didn't develop.
Anthony K.
Oh, Simone. They traded Woods Richardson to Minnesota for Barrios. So it just depends how you want to value, I guess, them trading the picks for Barrios. Would you rather have Barrios or Stroman, I guess? I'd kind of prefer. I wasn't high on Barrios either at the deadline. I wanted him, but the value.
It's going to be an overpay.
Obviously, Austin Martin and Simone Woods Richardson. That's again, Beatty levels of prospect with a Ginn for the Mets accumulation. Excuse me. So, good for again, good for him. If that's what he wants to go to Chicago, he can go to Chicago. Really doesn't bother me. But Billy Eppler said he's treating today's 12 p.m. like a trade deadline, so there could be a move later from Mark Healy. So, who knows? There's a guy.
You can see why it's not up yet. You can see exactly why it's not up.
There we go. Yeah, again, like Merlin said, again, good for Stroh. If that's what he wants. Again, we're still waiting to see if what the exact contract is. Looking at spots are the free agents. You guys out here for starting pitchers. You got Greinke, Carlos Martinez, Michael Pineda, Garrett Richards, Zach Davies, Chris Archer, Jose Urena, and our good buddy Matt Harvey. Left-handed starters, we got Carlos Rondon, Kikuchi, Duffy, Drew Smiley, Matt Boyd, who was non-tendered, Rich Hill, Tyler Anderson, Brett Anderson, Jay Happ, Casimir, John Lester, and Ha-Sung Kim. So again, there's plenty of guys the Mets can go out and add as some depth options. Again, it depends how much value the Mets want to do. If they want to go more depth, like 4 or 5 starters, do they want to go for a number 3? You would probably only put Rondon, Kikuchi, I guess Clayton. I guess we can't eliminate Clayton Kershaw, but I wouldn't expect Clayton Kershaw to be a Met. But, Kershaw's more of the number 2. Obviously, the Mets, Robbie Ray signed. Kevin Gausman is signed. Erod, Syndergaard. So now, most of the top guys are signed up now, Scherzer especially. So it just depends what the Mets want as their depth. Do they want to go more 4 or 5 guys, or maybe a 3 and maybe one more 2 or 3 guy and then a couple of 4 or 5 guys, or do they want to just go 4 or 5 guys to go minor league deals with spring training invites? Yeah, Louie would be pleased. What's up, Hope? What's going on? So yeah, that's pretty much what is happening in the Mets. Mets fan, what do you got?
I don't know what I can say besides that wouldn't give away anything for tomorrow.
Yeah. I started. I
yeah.
dropped the
besides like the lockout, which I don't think we're really going to touch on. It's going to be a shit show, people, and that's really what's going to happen. And I've been debating making a meme about it, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So maybe one day when I get ready for it, and I'm pretty sure a lot of my co-hosts on Mets Weekly are going to appreciate this one because it has some awesome stuff to it. But other than that, no. We're gonna see something really bad. It's gonna get really, really ugly. You're gonna see a sign of both sides that you probably have never seen before, and it could get really, really, really ugly. And that's it. That's all I have to say. So I guess watch Mets Weekly every Thursday and get your fix on baseball, and that's about it. I mean,
yeah, I guess. All right. How do I do this? There we go. I don't know how to. Again, using a new. Oh, by the way, guys, how's the camera look and the mic sound quality wise? You got a new camera and the mic, and now I'm actually using a PC, so now I can actually do other things. And
what are your specs on your PC? Did you build it?
No, I didn't buy it. I just bought a pre-built. I don't have. My friend could have built me one for. I don't. I only use it to make videos and do Google, so I don't really need a big spec.
We're software people. We're not hardware people.
Yeah, I just needed to Google stuff and edit a video. So I don't play video games.
I could name you all my specs, the exact name.
Computer
like
well, you can do that on boringshit.com. But right now we're playing. We're talking about baseball.
Okay, well there is no baseball anymore. So.
Well, no, do we still have how many hours left?
We still have tons of shit.
4 hours, 5 hours.
Listen, if I wasn't already concerned about Marte, him saying he's coming here with Cano makes me even more concerned.
Bro, a couple of PED guys. Come on, that's where they got. What do you think?
Yeah,
his PED?
I know. If Marte has 2 years left, I'm fine with the contract. Like the last 2 years, assuming we got 2 years of value out of him, I'm fine. But again, I love the Canna signing. I love it.
If they win a ring in the first 2 years of all these contracts,
you take Kikuchi 3-year offers. Oh my God.
For what?
From the Mets and Jays and another team. Kikuchi is an offer from the Mets.
They're gonna give him 3 years. Jesus.
I would gladly give him 3 years. I really think we should try to get in the Kershaw market. I think that would be absolutely insane if we tried to get in that market.
Well, if they're gonna sign Kikuchi, that kills any.
No, it doesn't. We got Steve.
They're not. They do have. They're gonna go out. I fucking don't know. I don't think this is the big move that would tweet out, but the Mets needed pitching, so.
Well,
I just don't see it. I mean, he's number 4 3 starter, so I guess it's not really that bad. But
I think Kikuchi has like 2 potential, but maybe probably 2. But the thing about Kikuchi is that I like him so much better than a guy like Alex Cobb because Kikuchi's fastball really does have the potential to be one of the best starting pitching weapons in the league. So I just want Kikuchi on the team. I think in a way you can compare him to Robbie Ray. And also he had a big velocity jump recently. I really like him going forward.
He can't be the 3 though. That can't happen.
Yeah, it's I don't. You get sexy with DeGrom and Scherzer, and then you go to Kikuchi, and you're just like, that's not gonna fear anybody. That's why I'm trying to save all my bullet points for tomorrow, because I have fucking old chamber full of them right now. But I'm gonna save them for tomorrow. But
guys, announcement tomorrow as well.
Yes.
Before everything starts as well.
Yes, there will be
an announcement the next week as well, which is probably our biggest one. But this one is actually a pretty good one too.
And next week's episode is going to be the Rhino special. So I don't think we're going to call it the Rhino special, but it's going to be something that
it was supposed to be this week, and then
then the Mets went bonkers. But
then the Mets literally just
So yeah, next week's episode will be fun.
Everything in the fucking market. So
wait, I don't want to spoil it, but is next week's episode gonna have anything to do with the announcement next week, or is that gonna be the week after?
Well, we have this week. We have the announcement. The week after that, we have the big announcement, the big big
so
thing.
It's two weeks away.
The one after that will be the first regarding that announcement.
Oh, okay.
As we do Lingo live on YouTube.
Exactly, doing Lingo YouTube. Kikuchi would be a good
best way to do it.
I just don't want him to be the number. If he's the number 4 starter, okay, I like that. The fall off from DeGrom, Scherzer to Kikuchi, like even if Carrasco turns back to being Carlos Carrasco,
which is possible,
like the fall off from those two. And that's why I'm not signing Javier Baez. Because Castillo would have been a 3. That would have been sexy.
I'm not that angry about Baez. But we can get him back if he's like amazing in 2 years. Because he's technically, if he's this good in 2 years, he's getting underpaid. So
his numbers are going to go down. And that's another thing. Their numbers are going to go down because he's going to play fucking Detroit. And everyone's going to be like, well, let's see what happened. He went to Detroit and look at his numbers. Yeah, because he's going to a freaking polo grounds type building, not except with no pool down the line. I guess porches. Like the homer numbers are going to go down, but his triples and doubles are probably going to go up.
Well, his WRC plus would probably try to project exactly how good he is. Is that it? Just in OPS plus, they project for ballparks. So I think we'd probably have a good idea of what he is. But like here's
Khalil Lee tweeting out Bing Bong. That's hysterical. That's hysterical.
What if Khalil Lee is like really fucking good, like in the majors? That'd be like awesome.
Let him be the 4th outfielder. Like
I'm completely retracting my statement that I'd like to see Khalil Lee in center field. I really don't.
He's not a center fielder.
Yeah, he's not a center fielder.
He's fast, but
he has range, but he just doesn't. I don't think he sees the ball well off the bat, in center field.
I mean, Plummer's going to play on the corners too, so you really don't have. And everyone's like, "Oh, but the PCA." Okay, so it would have been nice to have Kevin Kiermaier, but it's just kind of who knows.
Isn't he available right now?
He is available. So if you want PCA's potential, you can go get that. You make him $10 million to play.
This is going to be a fun one, by the way. What Frank just said. This is actually going to be a fun one in spring training. That is going to be a fun one.
I'd give the edge to Plummer, but I would.
Even though there are some under the radar pitchers
that's the Cardinals hat on. But yeah, I think that'd be a fun. But I think Plummer wins that battle. But
I think so too because I mean what Plummer showed.
This just doesn't make sense. All the Mets shit, they got a Cardinals hat on. It's like this.
Nimmo. Mets World Series.
They got the World Series banner.
You're rooting for the Cardinals because Stroman just left us. I don't know.
Again, it's how I know Nick Plummer. So
Well, the thing about Nick Plummer is that in 102 plate appearances in AAA, his strikeout percentage was down 11%. Yeah. 102 plate appearances,
his approach at the plate is really good. That was one of the things that kept him not getting cut.
He's got the Conforto swing.
He does have the Conforto type.
20 Chuba scores 1-0 Rangers.
We literally replaced Michael Conforto with Michael Conforto.
That's good. So there should be no complaint.
A righty Michael Conforto is who we have now.
It's pretty good against left, even though he's better against righties historically, but still.
Canada has a lot of. I get why. I don't know why people are calling him a 4th outfielder this guy's
because he has low batting average.
He's just easily a starting level player.
Because no one knows who he is.
Exactly. Nobody knows who Mark is.
No one knows who he is.
He has a lot of tools that people aren't realizing. He can run
he's
the
good.
bases.
He's really good.
He can run the bases.
That needs a guy to walk.
Give him 200.
Frank, get in. Unless you're working, get in here, Frank. Austin, I should put the link in the group chat.
Canna is so underrated, and I think it's a brilliant signing. Canna. That's an A tier signing to me simply because of how many things he can provide, and in Frank's video, he was going on a rant about WAR. Well, Frank, you talk about how many things Baez does to win you a game. Canna can do a lot of things to win you a game too.
Oh shit, he's calling you out, old man. Get in here.
And Mark Canha, I think a lot of the reasons maybe his OPS wasn't great.
I'm trying so hard to save anything.
I know, I'm doing the same thing. I'm holding everything for next week. Like again, the only thing I thought about with Baez was just not saying again. I'm saving everything for tomorrow, but that's why I'm hoping like everybody else comes on to just talk. I can just give opinions that like don't spoil my big takes for tomorrow. So
Canha's a very positive base runner for his career.
And he's good defensively, and he's decent against lefties.
Okay, and my thing about Baez, I'm not sold on this narrative that he has a completely new plate approach. Because in his time with the Mets, he chased outside pitches 1% less. Like, he made contact with them less with the Mets than the Cubs.
I saw Javier Baez trending on Sav in a Tigers.
Yeah, that's what sucks.
Baez... We don't need
68 percentile in sprint speed, you old.
Exactly. Mark he can play the field, he can run, he can hit, he is disciplined, and he's awesome.
Not to mention he's 32 years old. That's pretty good speed for a 32-year-old.
32-year-old. He's not as good as he was in 2019, but he's still a very, very good player. I would not be shocked if he
he's Michael Conforto.
So yeah, guys, put questions in the chat.
He might be better than Michael Conforto. I'm not even joking.
Equal to just call him Conforto and be good. Guys, put questions in the chat so I don't have to keep talking. I want to save most of my bullet points for tomorrow. So ask a bunch of questions in the chat. Like again, Melanson going to Arizona, the guy's cooked.
He's this huge meme in our Discord server. Like every time Melanson comes up, they call him a top 3 reliever, and they're like Melanson WWWW.
Yeah. And again, it's a move for Arizona. If they suck, they can flip them at the deadline for a couple picks or prospects. It's a good move for them. But yeah, Melanson is leaving. Oh God, y'all are in Melanson. It's just
they also talk about how elite Alex Reyes is.
I mean, cut a curveball. Good to know.
Yeah, all-star. I mean, Melanson. That is true. I mean, cut it in. Alex Reyes.
Is Brian off the table? What happened?
Let's see.
What's Louis talking about?
The Mets, Angels, and Padres are many teams that have shown interest in Chris Bryant, whom are the Angels. There's like 7 teams in, so the Mets are in on Bryant pretty much. That's pretty much all you need to know.
Let the Rockies or Astros get him. We need to spend money. Or
we can
I would much rather sign Baez than Bryant. Like,
well, but they didn't do that.
That ship is sailed.
Exactly. Trust
We're
me.
done.
You'll get Mets Weekly. You'll get our opinions on what happened tomorrow. Again, it takes taking a little bit.
Bryant is not worth a massive contract.
Jake always asking the good questions. Jake, keep coming. Keep with good questions. What team is better offseason? It also you have to look at the base of what both teams' rosters are. The Mets had a pretty decent.
Are you worried about it long? Are you worried about it long term? Is that what you're worried about with Bryant?
With Bryant, it's just that's exactly
then
what
put
I'm
an opt out in the deal.
This guy has been. I know you can't really count 2020, but like there are other things. His athleticism has.
Jake, I'll get to your question after.
Gone down the tank. I mean, his defense has declined so hard. His offense is also declining. I mean, this guy wants a 7-year deal to be just a versatility guy who's going to play terrible defense and probably be a 115 hitter the rest of his career. I don't want him.
That's all they really need.
Exactly. That's what they need.
He's murdered left-handed pitching.
Also, he would
Chris Taylor, sign Javier Baez.
He'd also be the answer for, and I got you, Andrew. He'd be the answer to move to right field in 2 years when you fully establish Brett Beatty as the third baseman.
But also,
complain about how bad his contract.
But also, he's not going to be the centerpiece of this offense. That's the other thing. We don't need him to be the centerpiece of this offense.
And then we're going to pay him $25 million a year.
To be a secondary...
You're going to get Freddie Freeman, so who cares?
That would be so awesome.
But we have... Okay, look at this lineup. Your main producer, obviously, is the first baseman. That's your main guy. Then you think Lindor is going to bounce back.
Say his name.
Nimmo.
Shithead at first. Right. He's supposed to be our number 1 RBI guy, whatever. Big run producer, great WRC plus. Who cares? Lindor, you expect to bounce back. Lindor is going to have a better offensive season. So those are your top 2 candidates. Then you bring in a guy like Eduardo Escobar, Mark Canha. Those guys are going to provide. Chris Bryant's your third best option if you're not including Nimmo, because Nimmo's not really the guy that's going to produce. He's going to be the one creating the offense, kind of like with Canna, kind of with who else? Who am I missing?
Marte.
Nimmo, Marte. Oh yeah, Starling Marte. Like, if you put Bryant hitting fifth and giving the flexibility, and everyone they've signed is flexible, they can play everywhere.
Tons of guys who have proven that they contribute to an offense.
So and like you said, we've lost.
One guy is not hitting well. The other one, like another two, will probably be hitting.
And you have to replace the bat of Hobby.
Unless all of them suck, then I mean, you know, that's never happened before. But like
he's a good
someone
player.
Is going to be contributing. It's a deep lineup.
He's a good player. I'm not saying he's not, but like, I really don't think it would be smart to give this guy like $150 million when we can get more of his value for probably on the market half the price.
Who?
I mean, of Chris Bryant.
No. Who do you want? Then who are you adding his value for?
Who are
you bringing in?
First off,
who the fan base isn't. Taylor's off the market. He's going to the Dodgers. Yeah, so Taylor, you take
Taylor's off the market. And for an example of someone I would much rather have signed, we didn't sign, Javier Baez. And if we look
off the market, so if they're off the market, if it's off the market, then who you sign if not Brian? If they're signed, it doesn't matter anymore. Who's left that you're going to sign?
Okay, I would much rather have Kyle Schwarber be our DH than sign Chris Bryant. I think Kyle Schwarber's a much better hitter than Chris Bryant. I mean, but look, who else is on the market? I don't know. And my problem is I would not be at all opposed to Chris Bryant having a spot on this team. My problem with him is him as a Boris client, him as a former MVP. People are the expectation, and his expectation is to make over the $100 million range, an AAV of maybe even close to $30 million. I refuse to think that's what he's worth at this point of his career, and I think we're going to be incredibly underwhelmed by what he brings to the table for that price.
That happens with everyone, though.
Okay, but
that happens with everyone.
I do not. I think this is not a good bet. I just something about him does not.
That happens, and again, like when you talk about what he's worth, it's all what he's accumulated in his career. That's usually what happens with a player in free agency. Obviously, it's a trending market. It's a trending market, but you know, as they've wrapped it up there, you're going to, if it's considered an overpay or if it's not, you never know. And then you have those little exceptions, but you're going to be underwhelmed. That's just going to be the thing. Like giving the money to DeGrom, not underwhelmed at all. There's your exception. The Scherzer contract in Washington, not underwhelming at all. You have those little Bryce Harper, another one. You have those things that are the exception, but they're very few of them. You're going to have to overpay. That's just how it is.
Okay,
here's the thing, market is. Especially with Boris running most of it.
We completely already overpaid for Lindor. I'm sorry, he's overpaid. And I think we all know that at all.
I wouldn't say we completely overpaid for him. But I would say
we absolutely overpaid for him.
Yeah, of course. You have to.
I might even take Corey Seager over Lindor. I'm not even gonna lie. I know there's all defensive. It's a whole debate. Corey Seager has been a better player than Francisco Lindor over the past couple of years. And the thing about, we have a deal like that. I would take Lindor 1,000 times over Bryant. But I don't. What is the point of your versatility if you're terrible at every one of those positions?
Wasn't VR good for us?
Yeah, VR was. Yeah,
VR was not even. That was pretty bad defensively with us, I'd say. I mean,
you're getting a better
good
bat.
With us.
Yeah,
he helped us win though.
Yeah,
when nobody else could hit.
How much does VR cost? Like
not much.
But Chris Bryant's a 10 times better player than Jonathan VR. And again, money isn't an issue anymore. So who gives a shit if you're paying him? Because guess what? Steve doesn't give a shit. Because Steve don't give a shit. Steve's playing with God knows money. We're $70 million over the luxury tax, and he's not done.
Hold on.
Who the hell cares?
Farther up, I want to make sure we're getting the most out of every dollar.
Let's wait 3 seconds. Steve Cohen just made $50,000.
Exactly. And then guess what? And they're going to sign a pitcher. They're going to sign Kikuchi. That's an extra $13 million at minimum because he opted out for $13 million. So they're going to maybe over $13 million. Then they want to add a bat. Then they want to add bullpen arm. That's probably another. They want to add 2 to 3 bullpen arms. AAV watts maybe combined, maybe another $25 million. Cohen doesn't care. The money is not an issue. So he want to give him 6 years, 20-something million AAV. Salary. Who cares? And guess what? Metsfan, you saw the tweet. 2 years from now, how much money is on the Mets books? 2 years from now, $125 million. That's what our total salary is in 2 years. Cano's gone. McChicken the most likely will be 1 year left. McChicken left. All these guys are gone. Lindor's the only guy big here. So you want to spend money?
Trevor May's already gone.
Trevor May will be gone. $125 million when Javi could opt out 2 years from now. All these contracts they signed are 2 year deals. So if you're gonna give Bryant 6 years, okay, him and Lindor are the only guys you're gonna have long term. You want to extend Shithead? You want to extend Jake? You want to extend Nimmo? That's all you're gonna have on the books.
You also got your draft picks too.
You got and the prospects will be ready in 2 years. So signing Bryant now to potentially win a ring, I don't care at this point. Yes, is he probably going to suck the back half of the contract? That's how contracts work. Very rarely do you get a guy who's great all 6 years. So at this point, who cares?
Listen, Andrew, if we're going to make a World Series push, let's say in the next 2 years before our prospects come up, I think we are so much better off if we want to make a strong push for Kyle Schwarber. Number 2. We get Rodon. We get 2 of maybe either Rodon and Kikuchi or Kershaw. I think we'd be much better off putting our money towards the starting rotation and a DH like Schwarber, assuming he wants to be the DH. 3, the bullpen needs a lot of help. I think we're not realizing.
Again,
the only good reliever. I mean, the only dude I really trust right now is Diaz, and I think that's a problem. So, I mean, we have to. I do think Lugo's gonna have a great year next year. So I definitely don't want to trade him. But
Lugo's a free agent after this year. Diaz is a free agent after this year.
Diaz is leaving.
They can opt out as well.
DeGrom can opt out. Yeah. So again, the money again. Yes, this year they're going to push
Castro. I'd love for him to be here long term, but he's just. We'll see what happens. I think this is his. His definite year right now.
Again, all I'm saying is
again. Yeah. Relievers are not you rotate in and out with relievers.
And what's Sandy do? He finds these quality relievers for nothing. Found Aaron Luke for $3 million last year. They can find those kind of guys. So it's the point of if Chris Bryant wants to come here and they can find a way to get him, yes. Who knows? Javi went for 140, 130, right? What did Javi go? 140? What's Javi?
He went for 140 million.
Yes.
140. Everyone thought $200 million during the season, the beginning of the offseason. He's going to get $200 million. He's at 140. Right now, we're thinking Chris Bryant's pushing 150. But what if he's Javi type deal? And who is one player that Sandy Alderson has had a boner for it seems like 4 years? And Sandy's still here? It's Chris Bryant. So if they can find again, place third. I don't care about defensively. What does he do good offensively? Hits left-handed pitching. What is the problem with his team? And everybody they brought in, what do they do well? They hit left-handed pitching. So yes, is he great defensively? No. But you have Francisco Lindor next to him. You just tell Chris Bryant, guard the line. Anything in the hole is Lindor's ball. Set the lines. There's a point, let's say maybe 3 feet past the cut of the grass, the third base line. Everything else goes to Lindor. You just guard the line and make the plays that hit in front of you. That's all we need you to do. Again, offensively, is he the greatest? No. He's not the greatest offensive player. Is he probably ever going to be an MVP again? No. But if he can help you win a World Series and be a part, has the World Series experience, had some pretty big hits for the Cubs during the playoff run. Yes, that doesn't matter to the analytics nerds. But he showed it. Yes, he didn't show up with the Giants this year. Wait, he didn't do much against the Giants this year, right? In the postseason? I don't think he did anything in the postseason. I don't remember him doing anything. I don't think.
He was good. He was good in the postseason.
He was good in the postseason. So again, that's what I mean. And he's flexible. He can play him in the outfield. Yes, he's the greatest defensive outfield. Yes, but also you have Starlin Marte playing center field now. Pretty solid defensively. Nimmo going into the corner. You're going to get better defensively.
It's an old team.
It's an old team, yes.
It's older.
It is an old team, but you know what? They're trying to win. So
you're in your 2 to 3 year window of I want to win now, but you also got your draft picks to bring in the young guys right afterwards. So that's the thing. That's how you're looking at it, and that's how you bring sustained success into
look.
Look. There you go.
Chris Bryant is a good player. He's versatile. He's a good hitter. There's no point in overpaying for the sake of overpaying. And maybe we just see him differently, which is clearly, maybe we just don't think, maybe I project him differently than you guys do, but I don't think it's smart to just give a dude $30 million when I think we can put that money and even spend more than that in other fields that I think are going to benefit us more, because I think it's pretty ridiculous that Eduardo Escobar might take playing time away from Jeff McNeil. I think that's pretty stupid. If we're gonna get rid of McNeil because we have Eduardo Okay, McNeil is still a career 125.
What did he do last year? What is his WRC plus has been declining every year since 2019.
I like the
and guess what? Same age as Javi Baez, which everybody thought Javi Baez can't get better, right? But Jeff McNeil can get better. They're the same age.
Well, listen.
So don't give me that bullshit.
Listen, Andrew. The reason why
isn't a cancer in the locker room. So yeah, Jeff McNeil needs to get the hell out of here.
You don't know that's the case. They were far past that, and then Mike Puma had to bring it back into the media. It was completely done with. And here's the thing with McNeil. The reason he's gonna bounce back, and I'll tell you why. He had pretty much the exact same hitting peripherals as his entire career. Did not strike out more, walked more than most of his seasons. He even hit the ball harder than most of his seasons. Half the season, he wasn't even allowed to run because his approach sucked. But most of the season, he wasn't even allowed to run properly. He still was not striking out. His results were he was still hitting the ball as soft as ever, but a little harder than other seasons. I just don't get why we're all so ready to give up on this guy for one fucking down year when
no one's giving up on him.
Everyone's giving up on him. I swear.
No, we want him traded. We'll let him thrive somewhere else.
No one's giving up on him. I believe he's going to be the Ted Williams self that I believe he is. I believe he will be that. But when you've seen a lot of the things that I've got, and you believe it because he's a hothead. He's definitely a hothead.
I don't care.
You saw Max Scherzer talk about one guy can kind of change this and change up that. Well, maybe Jeff McNeil and Max Scherzer both hotheads.
Oh, he's definitely getting choked up by Scherzer.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Here's the thing about Jeff. He's been here for a long time. He knows how it is to play in New York. At one point, you're going to struggle. You're going to this. You're going to that. But when you're screaming at the top of your lungs, you like it's time to grow up already. It's time to grow up. And if you can't grow up, you're out of here. Like you can't just act like he doesn't act like a jackass, but he just screams at the top of his lungs. Someone's got to calm him down. Like I get it. He's his biggest critic. He likes to do this. He likes to do that. But that's going to get into his head. And that's going to kill him. And especially in New York, that's going to make it even worse.
Okay.
That's the thing.
So send him to Cincinnati with no pressure and let him just hit. If he can go back to hit, again, that's just what I mean. As Bryant market is heating up, according to Hayden. Not likely to get a deal done tonight, but it is getting pretty hot, like Correa. So.
But when Jeff McNeil is right, McNeil was bad last year. He was really bad, and I know that. Baez himself had like a full season stretch of 2020 in the first half of 2021 where he was really bad too. But I'm not ready to give up on him because this is a guy who for his first 3 years had a career low WRC plus of 131, and in 2019 he was a top 20 player in the league basically in 2019. In 2019 he was basically a top 20 player in the league. He is such a valuable player because he has versatility, but he's ranked positively at every one of his positions that he plays. He is a dude who bridges perfectly a lot of our higher strikeout guys, and he's that guy who's going to put up a good at-bat every time. He even put up long at-bats in 2021. His approach didn't look good, but there is every reason to believe he's going to be fine next year. This could really turn out to be a giant mistake if we just give up on a player like Jeff McNeil for one down season. It would just be too quick of a move. It would just be too quick of a. It just wouldn't be smart.
Hey,
he's too proven.
As for mistakes, we're making the same mistake with Michael Conforto. But hey, life goes on. It happens.
At least Conforto had a 115 WRC+.
If he's not going to get along with Lindor, who he's going to be playing up the middle with now, if he's not going to get along with him, he's probably going to go because Lindor is going to be here for the next decade.
But
it's just
how do we know
is.
They still don't get along when that thing happened in like the first month of the season? How do we know that's not completely behind them? It seemed like to me that we didn't talk about that thing the entire rest of the year until like Mike Puma brought it up again. I don't know. It's like this. I don't think that's that big of a deal. It happened.
Only they know.
So what?
Only they know, and they'll address it if they do know.
They were good up the middle together. They were good. They were really good defensively together. So they and look, the reason Baez leaving is not I'm not that angry about it is because I really do believe in McNeil's ability. And if he's anything he was before 2021, I think we have a better baseball player than Javier Baez. So, yeah.
No. All right. I wanted to end this by 7, so Zariz, you said earlier you retired, so I'll let you go. He's got 2 in the queue, and then I wanted to end by 7. So, if actually it was a raccoon, 100%, John. So,
it was a raccoon.
It was the Undertaker.
What does Mike Puma know?
It was just the Undertaker. Lindor did an Undertaker cosplay, and it happened. So, thank you, Zariz. We'll let you go do whatever. We got next. We'll put in Merlin because he was here first. So, learning how to do this. What's up, man? What's going on?
Hey.
What's going on? What do you got?
I'm still like confused and like still think this is a dream that Max Scherzer is a Met. Like I never thought that it would happen. Like a few months ago, when the offseason happened, we all thought that he's going to be a Dodger. But what are the odds? We landed him. We should thank Steven Matz agents because after him going to St. Louis, Steve Cohen got pissed and he signed 4 players. Let's say if Steven Matz went to the Mets, none of this would have happened, for sure. We probably would have got Max Scherzer. We probably would have gotten these players that we got now.
Scherzer wouldn't have been here. I think the bats wouldn't have mattered if Matz would have signed either way. I mean, I just think maybe you wouldn't have gotten Scherzer. That's how. Yeah, that's how I read it.
Yeah. Now we got like the best 1-2 punch in baseball. Now we can just get a third one. Let's probably after the lockout. I've probably been eyeing a lot on pitchers like I know Kershaw may stay with the Dodgers. I don't think he's coming to New York. But if he doesn't stay with the Dodgers, he's probably gonna go West Coast, probably somewhere like Seattle or Texas, somewhere like that.
Taylor Cohen. Good Tops Now card has signed with the Rays. That's Taylor Clark to the Royals, who was non-tendered by the D-backs last night. So again, the Scherzer thing just doesn't seem real. Again, somebody made the edit of them black jerseys, and I got excited. I needed a new pair of pants after I saw that, so that was exciting. But yeah, just to see them in the black jerseys, just to see them next to each other, not just in an All-Star game, to see them both in a Mets jersey just doesn't seem real. It's amazing to see that probably if they pitch to their level, maybe one of the greatest 1-2 punches with Kershaw and Schilling, like not Kershaw, wow, Johnson and Schilling and the Diamondbacks, like that kind of level historically of a 1-2 punch.
And this is something
And this is something that I do want them to establish because I need them to do it. And I think,
What do you got? What happened?
I'll send it.
Got it.
What's it called?
Some pictures. DeGrom, Scherzer.
Yeah. So as for what I want to talk about is you obviously have Scherzer has the age. He's had a lot of injuries recently. We don't know really what's going on with Jacob deGrom's health. We'll obviously get updates on that probably through the offseason. We don't even know. With the lockout, we don't know. Mm-hmm. He said he's fine, but everybody else said he wasn't.
They could definitely use a lockout just for like Jake healthy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And what I think they need to do is a 6-man rotation. Keep these guys as healthy as you can. Just like how the Brewers did it. They just need to do that. A 6-man rotation has to happen.
And like the Padres did. I think they had like a 6-7-man rotation. Somewhere like that.
They have to protect Jacob deGrom's health. Like they have to. They don't have a choice. Like it just can't happen.
I just think
I understand they're losing a start or whatever, but like, and if they think they're good, like every 5 days, you're like, okay, we'll slot them in there or whatever, but start off with a 6-man rotation because it just has to happen. I understand these guys have routines and they have this and they have that, but please have an extra starter there if they're not fully ready there.
And that's what
I wouldn't say establish a 6. I would love for them to do that, but like what I'm saying is have that extra starter who can be in that bullpen or in there if they need an extra day of rest. Don't just scamper off to like, you know what I mean? Like if they're good every 5 days, they're good every 5 days, but please have that 6-man rotation as a thing right there.
And they did tender Trevor Williams'
deal.
Yeah,
we need a boost for our rotation depth a lot.
Well, I mean, they kept Trevor Williams. I thought they would non-tender him just because he's out of option.
Free agents. Rodon is very risky because of his health issues. Yeah. Kikuchi, even though he's not like the best pitcher on the market, he gives you some such solid outings.
Yeah, and I know Metsfan is a big proponent of him. Zariz was a big proponent of him. Again, if he's my number 4 starter, I would exactly. I don't want him to be my number 3 starter. Again, that's what. If you could have made Jeff McNeil expendable to add an elite number 2 caliber starter as our number 3, like that's what I mean. Again, I would have much rather traded.
If they're in on Bryant right now,
I mean, would they move Escobar and keep? I don't think they want to make Escobar the everyday second baseman. That's the other thing. I don't think they want to do that. I mean, again, we'll see. Again, maybe I had an idea of maybe a Minnesota trade before Buxton signed that extension. If we're talking Taylor Rogers, why not Taylor Rogers and Jorge Polanco? What are the Twins going to do with Polanco? I think how long? I think he's like 2 years left till he's a free agent. But again, it's just an idea. But all right, Merlin, what else you got?
One last thing.
Okay.
What we need to do as well. Find a manager, of course, but also I'm gonna give credit to all the situation to Billy Eppler for being surprisingly a good GM. Like we all thought that with the Angels, he wasn't gonna do something. Like he's probably gonna screw up and sign like mediocre free agents. We got like all-star players potentially. Max Scherzer, who's gonna be a future Hall of Famer. Starling Marte, a very athleticism center fielder. Eduardo Escobar has solid bat, solid defense, could play all in the infield and some in the outfield. Marcana on base machine that can help Brandon Nimmo, as well as if he gets injured, we can also use him. And that is actually good. We bolstered our rotation, even though it's not the best. I think we could do better, but it got way better. We're like almost in contention. We're like showing like we are getting aggressive, and like the lineup is actually decent. And if the CBA comes to an agreement where there's a DH, I'm probably gonna say this is like a pipe dream, but I could be all in for Adam Duvall if there's DH. Like he has sneaky power. he's actually a great hitter.
One of us
Obviously-
loves him.
Yeah.
One of us hates him on this screen, but
Yeah.
I don't hate the guy. He's just I don't hate him. I mean,
Here's the thing. I just, when you're looking at the DH, I just feel like
you're stuck with Cano.
Wait,
And-
was Duval free? Hold
like-
up. He's saying Duval got 10.
Is he still a free agent? I mean,
He just said Duval got
John,
10.
I'm not going to give anything away, but we'll have you covered. Don't worry.
Who's John? What's John saying in the chat?
We'll
Duval
we'll
did.
ha-
Duval did get 10.
we'll have you covered during the strike. Don't worry. We'll I don't want to give anything away, but we'll have you covered. Don't worry.
Never mind. I said.
So, yeah, so I
Kyle
guess he did
Duvall
get
got
injured.
tendered.
oh no.
All right, get Horace Soler now.
Kyle Schwarber then. Hopefully.
Get
That's a good
Soler.
DH right there.
I mean, that's all he does. I mean, 42 homers at the Royals in 2020.
That's
Yeah,
dongs.
19,
Right
19,
there. That's
19,
dongs.
so.
Look, I mean, if he's gonna hit 40 home runs, I mean, that's only gonna be the 40 good things that he does. But
But
you know,
you know what? He'd be a
Dongs,
great,
man,
great number
dongs.
9. Hit him in front of McCann. McCann gets on base, 2-run homer. Merlin, thanks for you calling in. Obviously, you're always in the chat. Appreciate it. I will again. You always call in, so I appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah. See ya, guys.
Same. So there we go. Is Sergio here? Sergio, pop your camera on if you're here, and then I'll add Sergio. Maybe the last one because I got a couple minutes left until Dynamite 2. I wanted. Well, maybe I'll hang out with Metsfan after the stream, watch Dynamite. I don't know. Who knows? Give me a sec. All right. So, but yeah,
I mean, I'll have
you're gonna have the
blue
Ranger game
shirts
on.
on, but
Yeah, you can have the Rangers on. I'll have probably want to watch Dynamite, and then the Penguins are playing on. Great
Sick,
TNT.
man.
Thank you, McDavid versus Crosby after Dynamite tonight. Gonna be lit. So, I think you just want to give him a second. But yeah, Eddie Rosario could be an option. That is true. I guess that is kind of true to
that's a good one.
DH. Again, I would platoon. And, like, I don't know. So, are you settled down? You see you jumping around, Sergio? Give me a thumbs up. You're ready. Cool. Sergio, what's
Yeah,
going
so
on?
I just want to discuss two different things.
All right.
Thing number one, I gotta talk about Jeff McNeil because Zarice is kind of dumb in the head. So I don't think it's pretty smart to have Jeff McNeil and Max Scherzer in the same locker room, unless if you want to happen Gilbert Arenas 2.0 and somebody.
Bro,
just
I'm down,
pull out
bro.
the
You
gun.
know, he got choked
No.
out once. He gonna pull the gun out next.
Exactly. So I don't think that's pretty smart. I think if we can trade McNeil to a prospect and JD Davis and all of them just for a pretty good prospect to bring back for what happened with PCA that we give a top prospect and not even re-sign Baez,
Okay.
then I'll be pretty smart. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I just had to just come on here because Zari's kind of mentally ill.
That's it. That's all you wanted to hop on for?
Yeah, that's all I
We'll
wanted to hop
talk. We'll
on,
talk
yeah.
about
Yeah.
McNeil. I guess you can watch it. Watch
Yeah,
it in
but-
chat. So, Sergio, thanks. The thing with McNeil and trading him, I think you trade Dom and I think you trade JE for prospects. I'm flipping McNeil because he's got the most value of the three. I'm trying to get a pitcher back for him. If you were to trade him, I think you could trade JD, bundle JD and Dom for.
Three-way. Okay, how about this? 3-way trade.
Oh,
JD and Dom go to the Royals. Okay.
Okay, where
All
where
right.
we go?
Jeff McNeil goes to Cincinnati. Right.
Okay.
We get Bobby Witt.
Oh, that'd be
and,
totally.
Luis Castillo.
Sign me up, bro.
But
Where do I sign?
we'll throw in what's it called? We'll throw in a surefire investment in .72 from
Nice,
from
small stake.
Steve,
Yeah,
Steve Cohen, and we'll also build a stadium
around for the Reds, a new stadium for them because that
Well-
ballpark is stupid.
Well, there's water. There's water. Legit, you step 2 feet out of right field. There's water there, so I don't think you can build around it. And then the football stadium's right next to it.
No, the neighborhood behind.
have you seen the
It's I know.
have
I
you,
know.
se-
It's
have you
it's
guys
the city.
Seen this thing? This thing's
Oh,
beautiful.
you're talking about City Field.
yeah
You're
near
talking
City
about-
Field?
oh.
They'll get their own. We'll call them the New York Reds, right? We'll
The
kick
New
the
York-
Yankees out of there because they have no history. And then
No, we
That's all
send them to
it-
Utah. We'll send them to Utah. Give Utah.
send them to
too.
you.
Give Utah. Too. Some good. Oh, okay, Andrew. That's that. Great. Some great looking women are in Utah. So send Judge out there. He fit pretty well in there. So, but yeah. Besides the point. Again, this is Rhino Hour. There's no professionalism here. It's just kind of all of us just messing around and shooting shit. But yeah, we'll see with McNeil. We'll see. Do the Mets have a midnight trade tonight or signing Kikuchi, Bryant? Jake Diekman, Ian Kennedy, please. Be nice.
Guys, if they do, Mets Weekly might be 6 hours, but
yeah,
if you're a real one, you'd stick around.
You would sit. Yeah, that is very true.
We might start
early
at
tomorrow,
3 a.m. and end at 10 at night. But
see, Utah Yankees. They like
we need
it.
more moves.
Bro,
I mean, if they go out with a bang, man.
If Bryant is at like the last second they sign Bryant, that would be pretty. Let's just check Twitter. I saw Heyman was tweeting that he didn't guarantee that Bryant deal was going to get done.
They did it on the last second of the offseason with last second with Lindor. So
anything that is true. Billy Eppler's talked tonight about versatility. He talked a lot about Chris Bryant can play both corner and field positions, all 3 outfield positions. The unquestionable creates a logjam, but a kind of a multi-talented star like Bryant, the Mets can absolutely use. Yeah. That is very, very true. And obviously, starting pitcher is the.
Jesus Christ! Only we're allowed. Okay, we're only allowed to make
the chat. Only
me,
Frank.
Hey.
Yeah, only.
Hey.
Oh, also, I was gonna say this when I think it was Merlin that said, "Can we get some Ep Dog in the chat?
Ep Dog!
Ep Dog! Get some Ep Dogs in the chat." I saw Sergio put it in. We need some Ep Dogs in the chat because Ep Dog is daddy. That might be my name.
Dog.
Ep Dog is what happened.
Ep Dog.
What happened to Sam
and also
Williams?
type in Frank about sports and then put in Ep Dog. That's how you do it.
Ep Dog, yes, that's how you
just
do it.
so you can tag him so he can just see like a bunch of colors going at him,
colors.
knowing that Ep Dog goes nuts and he goes crazy.
He going crazy. So Cohen, hey Cohen, I mean Cohen deserves something, you know.
I mean, he was the one he was definitely the main guy around Scherzer though. Like he was.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. The fact that Alex Cohen was like,
dude, everybody.
I mean, I'm always skeptical about everybody, but like, the fact that Alex Cohen was also involved with that's crazy. No.
How do you think I know so much about Nick Plummer? Come on, dude. It's a little league hat too. I got this for $5 at Marshalls. The little league championship hat, $5. I mean, I'm
$5. You probably get a counterfeit one, so you got a good deal.
Exactly. Mets link to Zach Davies. Yes, please. Love me some Zach Davies.
No. Please no. If that's your number 3 starter, dude, I'm a fucking Dodger fan. I'm sorry. That's not happening.
That's your 5th starter over McGill.
Fuck off. That's not happening, man.
Bro, the quotes are amazing. So, all right, 7 o'clock. Dynamite is firing pyro as we speak. So,
this is no. Hold on. This is bullshit. Okay. First of all, you're taking this out of context. Okay, New York Post.
Who?
I said I'm skeptical about the
tree.
I was extremely skeptical about this move because of the hirings with Mickey Callaway and some of the other people that he's hired. Nothing to do with the free agency stuff and everything. But right after it, I said, everybody gets a fair chance with me, all right? So don't New York Post me, all right? Don't do that to me, all right? Get out of here. God, I'm already ready to fight someone.
Bro, if they sign Zach Davies, imagine
I'm about to watch hockey, so I'm all good.
That is true, and I'm about to watch Dynamite. But imagine a battery of Zach Davies and James McCann, the most elite battery in all of professional sports. So on that,
get him to 300 subs. We are not turning off the stream until he gets to 300 subs.
Okay, so I'll make sure to open up Dynamite on We are 1 sub away. Come on, somebody go to a farm account. We need 1 more subscriber. Get us 18 people. Holy shit, we got 18 people in here. What the? Who? 1, thank you if you're here sitting on Carson's story. Somebody got some dirt on Carson. You know, wait until the announcement in a couple weeks to drop it.
Fuck. Oh, that's going to come out. Shit. All right,
damn.
Whatever.
This is a factual statement as well.
Sure.
I take Salvador Perez over Rondell, too. Yeah, just good players.
Yeah, he's cheaper. He does the same thing as him. Right.
Exactly. Hit dangers and play good defense. 4 hours.
300 people.
4 hours to go to make a deal before
the 6 minutes to get him to 300, or Mets Weekly will be canceled for the next 5 weeks.
And you have no baseball at all. Hold on, I'm creating a new account. Hold on, I'm creating a new account. We will derive you. It is more enough time for Ebdog. So they got 4 hours to make a deal before tonight's lockout. Need to hurry, especially with medical examinations. So We will see if there are any more. I would be maybe I think some smaller moves, kind of like maybe Zach Davies kind of guy. And I love how when Eppler did they were doing the press conference and somebody asked Eppler and then asked Scott for the one question that Scott Boras got. The Mets could use some versatility. As we hit 300 subs, I appreciate. Thank you guys so much for the 300. But I just love that when Eppler, they asked, it was supposed to be Boras and Eppler. Epler's like, it'd be nice. But then, like, Boras, they just cut Boras off completely and then moved on to the next question about just, like, trying to.
Of course, Martino was the first guy to ask something to Boras.
Of course. I mean, that's how he makes his money, I guess, or clickbait. So, all right, on that note, appreciate it. 300 subs, appreciate it. Now we got to get to 500, and then obviously 1K is obviously the goal's a million.
A million by tomorrow, guys.
Million. Everybody make 100 fake accounts, 100,000 fake accounts, and we'll get there in no time. So thank you guys for watching. Watch Mets Weekly tomorrow. Big announcements coming. Any other thing else you want to plug before we hit that red button?
No, not really. Crazy Mets Weekly tomorrow. Talking about everything in the last 2 weeks. Yeah, that's about it. Follow Mets Weekly on Twitter. All that shit. That's it. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. I think I'm pretty much your co-host on Rhino Hour now, so.
Pretty much. Since, nobody else likes me, so. Makes money off clickbait. Few people, that. So, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.